Happy Devils Tuesday. This is The Woo Report. The Woo Report, episode 305. Coming to you live this morning from the Primetime Radio Studios in beautiful New Jersey, an undisclosed location. And streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Doing the little morning podcast for you today as the Devils take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight at the Rock. John says the audio is too low, Sam. Is my audio low? I don't know. My levels seem pretty good. Let me know, YouTube Live and Facebook Live, is my audio low? I apologize if it is, but, Audio is fine. Turn up your volume. I hate doing these tech checks on live air. Am I loud enough? All right. I think somebody's just playing with me. John can hear other voices more clearly. What does that mean? Jeez. All right, John, I'm not going to listen to your comments. I'm going to turn the Facebook Live off for a moment. Let's see here. Oh, Mrs. Wu says the audio is fine. Screw you, John. Anyway. So Peter says we got destroyed the other day. Anthony says, sounds good, Sam, meaning the audio. And Chris Margotti says, I'll be at the game tonight. Better come hot. Look, there's 10 points on the table, 10 solid points on the table. 5 games left of the season. There's still some time to capture the Metropolitan Division. And I know Carolina won the other day, and the Devils lost badly. But that was just one game, 3 points behind Carolina with, I believe, 1 game in hand. I'll have to check the standings. So, if you beat Pittsburgh tonight, it's a big if, because Pittsburgh is on the fringe end of not making the playoffs. You got the BJs, the Columbus Blue Jackets on Thursday. But the biggest test, really, and this is the one that could help you win the division or not, is the Boston Bruins on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern start. That, my friends, could be the biggest game of the season because Buffalo and Washington are winnable games, although Buffalo can be tough right now. Same with Pittsburgh. But with 5 games remaining, that Boston game, the Devils have to win, I think. I don't think they can go 4-1, or maybe they can, to take the division, the Metropolitan Division. Now, as it stands right now, the Carolina Hurricanes have 107 points with 1 game in hand over the New Jersey Devils. And their schedule as follows. Ottawa tonight, Nashville Thursday, Buffalo on Saturday, and then the following week, Ottawa, Detroit, and Florida. That's going to be big. That last week for the Hurricanes, Florida and Detroit. Now that, again, it all depends where they are in the standings. Florida is on the cusp of making the playoffs. Buffalo and Ottawa are a little far behind, but see, Buffalo has 2 games in hand out of all those teams. And I think Buffalo is going to be tough. Is going to be tough for both teams, both the Carolina Hurricanes and the New Jersey Devils. But yeah, and again, you got to move on from the last game against the Winnipeg Jets. Chris Margotti saying, I don't put any stock into that loss to the Jets. Games like that happen after an emotional game versus the Rags, and another against a team that's getting Bedard. I think right now, the Devils, they just got to focus on their games and, and everything will take care of itself. Most likely it's going to be Devils-Rangers in the first round, but that could all change if Carolina falters and the Devils start to surge, obviously. But the New York Rangers, where they are in the standings, they are in third place with 101 points, so they're 3 behind the Devils. They're looking to surge, to grab that home ice advantage for that series between the Devils and Rangers, if that were to happen. The Rangers schedule, let's take a look at the Rangers schedule right now. They've got Tampa Bay on Wednesday, which will be a tough game. St. Louis on Thursday, so a second half of a back-to-back on the road. They play the BJs, the Columbus Blue Jackets, on Saturday. That's a winnable game. Again, then they play Buffalo the following week and Toronto. So the Rangers actually have a pretty hard schedule with Toronto, Buffalo, Tampa. Although that Toronto game, you never know where they are in the standings. That's the problem with these, 82 game, that 82nd game is that the standings could be already set by then, and you play your scrubs just to rest your good players. Could happen, but we don't know. Max says, good morning, beautiful people on the right side of the Hudson. Let's see here. All these games are important. Yes, Ted. And points are important. Every point's important right now. But Jack Hughes scored his 90th point. The record is 96 points, I believe. Patrick Elias in the 01 season, which the Devils were just dominant. But they ran into the Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Finals. But good Jack points, top 100 points this season with 5 games left. That's basically averaging 2 points a game. He would have to get hot, obviously. He would have to get hot. He'd have to be in that he's going to have a couple multiple-point games to get there. I don't think it's impossible. He could do that. He could probably put up multiple-point games against the Columbus Blue Jackets, maybe Buffalo, and the Capitals last week of the season. Max says Jack could put up 8 goals against the BJs. He could. He definitely could. But I think right now, see, here's the problem. The Devils catching up are these 3-point games, these OTLs. These OTLs kind of stunt your growth, your surge to the top of the division. And it's going to be difficult. I mean, that game against Winnipeg was a loss. They got nothing, 0 points, while the Carolina Hurricanes were able to take advantage. And those are basically 4-point games if you think about it, where you don't gain any, and the other team gains 2. I think the Devils have a chance. I give it's 50-50 at this point, but there's no room for error for the Devils if they're going to capture the Metropolitan Division from the Carolina Hurricanes. So that's that. Max just wants to remind you that this team is frustrating. Remember where they were last year. Dirk's NUMA files. So should we save time and just give the Penguins the 2 points now? This team is so frustrating right now. I don't find anything frustrating about the New Jersey Devils. I think what's frustrating is the growing pains of the New Jersey Devils. The team itself is not frustrating. I think the team is talented. I think the team is learning concurrently on the fly. The team is ahead of schedule in their development. I mean, I think this is what we would expect from the 2024-25 team. But right now, I think what's happening right now is, look, they're coming together as a team. They need to play better defensively. They need better puck management, puck possession. They didn't have any of that against Winnipeg. It was a demoralizing loss. On top of that, against Chicago, even though they beat Chicago and they won the game, they didn't look that good for the first half of the game. So consistency is going to be key. I think right now, no more excuses. You're back at home. You've got the practices. You got 4 solid points before you go into Boston. Get those 4 solid points. But, man, the game against Boston, maybe the division is won there. Because I think the other 4 are manageable games that the Devils can win and be victorious. But you got to take care of business tonight. You got to take care of business on Thursday. And when you go into the Boston, I was about to say Boston Garden, but when you go into Boston, that is your final tune-up and test for the playoffs. And the Devils definitely need to win that game. If Carolina keeps pace the way they are, and Carolina plays first that day on Saturday. Well, for pregame, postgame, Devils After Dark, and Game Day Live, we'll be on the big screen at American Whiskey on today and Thursday. I won't be there, but we'll be on the big screen, or Short Sky and Vinny Parisi for Game Day Live. Devils After Dark with me and Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal. Also, last game of the season, I will be there for Devils After Dark, and also April 13th. We're going to start promoting it now on our social media pages. Arlette's throwing a viewing party and entertainment at Stagehouse Tavern on 1099 Route 22, eastbound in beautiful Mountainside, New Jersey. Be there, be square. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark will be there in person, broadcasting, and hope to see you there on April 13th at Stagehouse Tavern in Mountainside, New Jersey. Max says, Sam, for the Boston game, do you want me to go live? Yes, I'll talk to you about that, Max. I just got to set it up. And hopefully you have an iPhone because it works better on an iPhone than an Android phone for whatever reason. Supernova says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to Supernova. Just joining in. Yeah. So, just doing a little morning podcast before I go to work today. And hopefully you have that on your phone. Download. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Saturday night, this is what I'm going to do. It's an 8 o'clock game. I'm going to be so focused on that Boston game because those 2 points matter. If the Devils run the table, and get the 10 solid points, Carolina, right now, they've got 6 games left. So somewhere in the down the line, well, they're going to have to lose 1 or 2. So they go 4-2. Do the math. That's 8 points. Nope, that won't work. Devils need. So Carolina has to go 500, 6 points, 10 points. And then there's tiebreakers. I'll have to figure out the math for Game Day Live. How is this going to work? But the main thing is you do not want the New York Rangers to surpass you in the standings because that would be it would be demoralizing, to say the least. Max has an iPhone 14, if that helps any. Yes. Perfect, Max. Perfect. All right. Bajigaloo says hello. Oh, snap. They need to win. That's all. Oh, my goodness is predicting Devils will get 7 out of 10 points. No math. LOL. Well, I don't know. I don't like math. Win 3 out of 5 with an OTL. Hey, I want 10 solid points. To be honest, I'll tell you, if you beat the Boston Bruins, the confidence will be exuding for this young New Jersey Devils team. All right. Hitting the music. About to hit the shower before I go off to work. Thank all those tuning in this fine morning podcast. Should I be doing this more often? Let me know. Let me know. I want 10 good games. That's all. They'll beat the Bruins, then lose to the BJs. It's more the other way around. They lose to the BJs and then beat the Bruins. The Woo Report. That's right, Max. Yeah, maybe I'll start making this part of my morning routine. By the way, that pizza, that free pepperoni pizza that I got on on Devils After Dark the other day did not affect my cholesterol test. Matter of fact, I passed with flying colors. Not really, just barely passed, but I passed. Everything's all normal for the first time in my life. I guess I don't need to take that Lipitor after all. So eat at American Whiskey. Their salads will help your blood tests. That's all I have to say. Corbin says, yes, Sam, more woo, the better. I am so blessed that you guys love the Woo Report. Because when I started the Woo Report, it was really just to fill the time, so to speak. But it's become something else. Supernova says, Sam, you found the formula. Oh, my goodness. Got some morning woo. Pepperoni is great for LDL, says Supernova. Hey, you know what even went down? The triglycerides. I don't think I've ever scored. Wow, now the music ran out because I'm babbling. Play it again. But I don't think I've ever scored under 200. I don't remember a time where my triglycerides is under 200. I mean, partially it's because I've been taking, for a couple of years now, fish oil pills. But I don't know how it happened. The only difference in my diet was Quick Check and American whiskey. That's all I ever eat nowadays. Quick Check and American whiskey. Now, Quick Check, they don't endorse me. I'm just saying. They're all natural chicken subs with avocado. Maybe avocado helps. I don't know. Logical Loop says The Rock is going to be the place to be for the next 5 to 7 years. Hope we can extend Brett and Meyer. Me too. Hopefully that works. A good amount has to do with the genetics. Yeah, Supernova. Yeah, but you want to know something? Genetically, my father, that side of the family, always has high triglycerides, and I caught some of that. But somehow, after eating at American Whiskey on 51 Edison Place across the street from Prudential Center and Quick Check, my numbers are good. Hopefully that bodes well for the New Jersey Devils. Okay, Botchgaloo says, I'm vegan now since January 9th. That's awesome, Botchgaloo. I tried. I only lasted about 36 hours, and most of it was fasting. So, good on you. That's not easy to do. All right, getting out of here. I'm babbling. Dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. Till next time, let's go Devils.